All right, last night we went to locals and got first. It was awesome. It's the first time I've gotten first, gosh, maybe 4 months. But yeah, we played Crystron. It was good. We went 4 rounds. We went 4-0. There wasn't that many players. I think there was like 14 players. But I'm going to tell you what I played against, and then we'll go ahead and get into the deck profile. So we played against Sword Soul. That was round one. We 2-0'd. Fua carried really hard in that matchup. It felt really good. We played against Live Twin Sprite with a new support. That deck is so cool. I want to play it, but it's also another deck that just folds to Fua. I actually went second against him. I Fua'd. He didn't have a response. And I chained Fua so I could start drawing 2 cards. So he just did not go into his extra deck. The Sprite stuff kind of helps, though, which is kind of cool. Played against White Forest Ryzil. That was a 2-1 match. I opened Droll 2 games, and the 1 game I lost, I did not open Droll. So apparently that deck just folds really hard to Droll. And then we played against Traptrix Fiendsmith. We went 2-1. That deck is also terrifying. I evened lead, and it felt really good. I felt like my side deck options last night were great for my current locals. But yeah, if you're looking for a budget deck, Crystron's definitely the ticket, I feel like. I think you can pick up the core for like less than $50. It's pretty ridiculous. We'll go ahead and get into the deck profile. I'll tell you what I would change, what I wouldn't change, what I like about it. And down in the description, I will go ahead and leave a YDK. I guess I'll post on like YGO Pro, I believe it's called. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into the deck profile. I'm really excited. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into the deck profile here. We're going to start off with the main deck as usual. I'll kind of explain what I did and why I did it. This deck is very tailored toward my locals, but I don't see why this wouldn't work at like a regional level or even a YCS level, because I do have a lot of meta running around at my locals. So, 3 Smiger. One of the best starters in the deck. If you have to start with it, you kind of have to play into Droll. Because you're going to add the continuous spell, and then after that, you're going to use the continuous spell to add Sulfidor. So it does play in a Droll really hard. If you have to do that play, you get Drolled. It's really bad if you don't have extenders in hand. 3 Sulfifnir, so its effect is go ahead and discard another Crystron, summon it, pop itself, special 1 from deck. So technically just a 2-card starter by itself using another card. 2 Tristardos. 2 Sulfidor. I'm thinking about bumping this to 3 now. It's come up in certain game states, but the other thing where it's not a 1-card starter. And here's your bricks in the engine. You have a Thriceburn, Press Turtle, I believe is how you pronounce it, a Citry. All these 3 are great to dump from deck. We've got 3 Inclusion, and then we've got a Cluster. That's it for the main deck Crystron cards. This is Supplementary Engine that we're going in with now. This is 3 Terratop and a Talcatomborg. You can use this to go into Cherubini. Cherubini dump Smiger. That's full combo. So if you open this plus the rest of it, it's fun. 3 Fulos. I am maining it. I feel like it's too good not to main right now. Plus this deck breaks so hard, I want to keep drawing card. So we got 3 Droll. Droll's crazy right now, and we've got 2 Ash. I feel like this is the holy trifecta of hand traps right now, unless if you want to run Impulse or Purge. They're both pretty great too. We've got 3 Imperm, 3 Droplet, a bunch of 1-of spells, and that's it for main. So we've got a Crossout, we've got a Thrust, we've got a Foolish, we've got a Talent, we've got a Called By. Thrust is just genuinely good this format, because I feel like there's never a game state where you're not getting hand trapped right now, since so many decks can just play like 15, 18 hand traps. But yeah, this main deck feels really clean. That's why I like it so much. It's very consistent. There's a ton of 3-ofs in the deck, and we kept it down to 40. So, Supplementary Engine in this deck is definitely the Terratop. I feel like that makes a huge difference with this deck. If you're not running it, you should. Another engine you can play is Horus, and that gives you level 8s. You can go into rank 8s. You can make Photon Lord to make a Monster Negate. Just a different flavor, pretty much, of Crystron. Let's go into the extra deck. I don't even know how to pronounce this man, and I'm kind of scared too, if I'm being honest, but We got 2 of them. Great card. So going first, you're going to use it to recycle the trap that usually you're dumping from deck to grave with Sulfidor. Or if you just hard open the trap, it's just free recursion. 2 Dragster. I feel like these 2 are mandatory at 2. I have so many game states where I actually go into both games. Or one turn. I made a board last night. It was double Dragster Infinity Droplet Cluster. And that feels really good in this format. Quariongandrax, I believe is how you pronounce him. He's a big body on summon. He banishes 3 from Field or Grave. Woo! So it just absolutely destroys Fiendsmith. Darkstrike Fighter, this is my time card. So during main 1, he can pretty much get rid of himself to burn your opponent. Feels fun. Good time card. Samurai Destroyer. This is if you feel like you're going to play into Nib. You can Samurai Destroyer to summon back a Sulfidor to give you another 5 to attempt to continue making Infinity. Also, if they nib you on the Nova summon, we've got a fusion for that. So, Legatia could be cuttable. It comes up enough for me, though. I'm going to keep it in the deck. We got a Clockwork Knight. This is what you're going to use if you have to normal the Smyger. So you go normal Smyger, link into this, and then you banish the Smyger to add your continuous spell. Cherubini. Cherubini, as I mentioned earlier, you can use that with the Terror Top to continue going the combo. And SP. What deck doesn't play SP? SP's crazy. We've got our Nova into our Infinity. Spell Trap Negate plus Omni Negate feels like one of the most powerful boards you can make this format. It feels like targeted negates don't do a lot, but there's so many spell traps that are just turn ending if you negate them. We got a Gossip Shadow. The only reason this is in here is because we run the Terror Top combo. If we already have access to Crystron combo, we're going to use the Terror Top pieces to make this. That way we can play into Nib a little bit better, we can play into Ash better, play into Droll better. It just feels all good around. We got a Mechaba. Mechaba is what we're going to summon off of the Nova if you get nibbed on the summon of it. A lot of people tend to nib there. You could replace this with, I believe it's Chimeratech Rampage. It's the fusion for Cyber Dragon. I believe it's just 2 Cyber Dragons, but it's a 2600 body that whacks twice. This is an Omni depending on what you have in hand. So you could have game states where this is way worse and Rampage is better, or vice versa. I am maining Fua, so I'm just hoping to God that I have cards in hand to use for the Mechaba negate. And it can be really powerful, because you can recycle Cluster to make sure you have a trap. Everything banishes from grave to go ahead and add something, so hopefully you can have a monster. It's pretty good. Like, Crystron can get any type of card you need in your hand if you have the available resources. This is the side. Don't click off the video when you see the first card. I promise it's good. This is bad. It didn't come up all night. I thought it would. This doesn't remind me of tier format, but the turns remind me of tier format. They're very long. Sometimes, like with Memento, you can have turns that last like 8 minutes. And if we've got 6 minutes on the clock, I'm taking a lost game 2 to be able to side this in and just hope that I see it. We got 3 Lancia. Malice is still an issue. If they don't open the Ad Ignister stuff, it's still turn ending. If they do open it, they still end on Interruption, but of course it's not as good of a board as it could be without the Lancia there. 2 Lightning Storm. And Harpies. This is more attack for my locals. We've got some back row decks running around. We have Odeon at my locals. We have Trap Trick, so I feel like it's genuinely a good card. 3D Barrier. This is crazy against Mitsuguri. This is crazy against Ryzil. It can hurt Memento. It can hurt my deck. I think it's just generically a very good card. 3 Evenly. Evenly can be really bad or really good, depending on the matchup. When I sided this in, it won me 2 games last night. It won me a game against Sword Soul, and then it won me a game against Trap Tricks. But yeah, this deck is... It's really fun, and I really enjoy it. I've won locals with it, so I'm very content. I feel like I can move on to something else. I kind of want to try Eldritch some more. The other supplementary engines you can play in Crystron, you can play let's see, you can play Horus, you can play Adventure, and you can play the Terratop stuff. I think that's it. That's all that really makes sense, I think. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this deck profile. It meant a lot to me to be able to get first with this deck last night. It's a deck that I poured a lot of time into and actually tried deck building. But yeah, feel free to subscribe and like. I want to put a video out like this at least once a week. So if you subscribe, you'll have some good comment coming to you. Leave something down in the comments. Just let me know you made it this far. But yeah, I will talk to you guys later, and let's go for first next week. We're going to really try.